I feel like it's been a very long time since the last time I did something like this. I just finished work and I sent my usual angel numbers. Right now it was 11:11 of January 10th, 2026. And today is the last day of my 20s. I feel like time just flew really, really quick. And honestly, I think my mind is still not comprehending anything about that. Um, it's just another day to me, and but it's a really big deal for me to feel like it's just another day. And the reason why is because I've always felt very stressful and heavy and sad every time this season comes around. And this is the first time I feel so at peace to a point that I'm not feeling anything towards it or I can't grasp it. And I think it's because I have so much things I still have to finish today. Um, but also, I think it's because I don't have a weight towards those thoughts. And another reason why I don't have that is because I think I'm really at peace with myself. And I'm like smirking like this because I can't believe I'm saying those words out loud out of my own mouth. I back in at the 10/10 portal day, I did my 10-month reflection, and then I did my whole year reflection month last month. And I don't think I realized how much I've done because I don't credit myself enough for it. Um, Physically, it was a lot of ups and downs, but then I reflected my whole 20s, and then I reflected my whole life, and I realized my body and mind has always gone through it, like a lot, and to a point that I never give myself credit to. And I started to recognize that, I don't even know, like almost like maybe 6, 7 years ago, but I started more embracing it more recent years. And this has been the most clear of skin of eczema I've ever been. The only part that I have on my whole body is my hand. You might be able to see it. I'm sorry if you don't like those kind of things, but this has always been an indicator if my stomach's upset, because again, your stomach is your second brain. And honestly, like, I wasn't actually fully grasping that this is my last of my 20s. My mom actually been messaging me. She is such a sweet soul. This past week, she messages me encouraging things almost, actually not almost every day she does. But recent days, she was saying, please enjoy the last days of your 20s. And every time she messages that, I was like, oh yeah. And I'm not sure why. She's mentioned to me this, and I remember this because it really stuck to me. Any number that has a 9, or like the year that you're changing into, is a year of change and transformation and growth, and it can be a hard time. And I remember either she told me when I was like 9 years old or when I was like 18, but I have a memory of her telling me that. And recently I asked her about it. She was, I have no memory of actually telling you about that, but I know about that. And I'm like, yeah. She always throws wisdom to me all the time that she doesn't keep track, because it's probably because it's already part of her. But anyways, I speak about her a lot, because the love she has for me has always been there, and I've been very, 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 very so privileged to have that. But our relationship with comfort and actual feeling like it's been fun to be together has been recent years, and it's because she has worked on herself and took care of herself. She always prioritized me because of my health, growing up, and I've been very spoiled in a way of me being bedridden, so she had to feed me. Sometimes she had to wash me because I just couldn't get out of bed. And to think those days were almost a decade ago is insane of how much that has changed. Yeah, I can't comprehend that right now. I continue to remember those days, not to feel the pain, but to remind myself how much the body is so strong to heal. And she has always constantly shown me that with her own, but she also taught me that with my own body as well. And I have so much I think I want to say, and at the same time, overall, I'm just so grateful that I have even this time to speak. But also, I think it's because recently I'm figuring out anything in time is made by humans, so you actually have a lot of control or in charge how you split your time. And I realize there's the have tos and want tos and all these things that I can write those rules. And I have so much to work on, and I have so much I need to understand what I need to do in my life. Just my tone has been changed. How I speak to myself has changed. There's still a lot of insecurities. There's still a lot of, overthinking things. But my relationship with it has also been a lot more at peace, is because I held hands with my fear in a way of not grasping, but to hold hands and tell her it's okay to have those. Where do you want to go from here? Do you want to sit still? Like really babying myself, actually. How to feed myself. I'm still working on that. My room is still like a mess most of the time because my brain's still scattered. And yeah, before I felt so heavy and drained that I'm like, not good enough. I can't do it. I'm not adulting. What is really adulting? Because it's funny because a lot of my card readings that I do is maintain your childlike spirit was a longest theme. And as more and more I'm channeling it, I now get more card readings of like, that's the path. You're doing it. And I'm like, what the heck? I just needed to allow to be, but I didn't know how to be because I didn't know how to be in my body to pursue it because I was so sick for so long, and I felt like I was escaping from my own body because it was in so much pain. I dissociated and I don't even realize I was dissociating. And now I am listening into my pain, and I'm listening into my aches, my joint aches, and acknowledging like, with age, it's not going to heal as fast. And at the same time, my dad did say this, you can age your process. You can process your age faster, or anyways, you can make yourself more age faster by telling yourself you're getting older. And I realized this is a person who can still run faster than anyone that I know in my life. And I realized because I was so scared of aging, I was trying to shorten my life. And I've mentioned this before that I tried to unalive myself so many times, and I'm not proud of it. Before it was like, it felt like a mistake that it was still here. And now I'm just so, so grateful of how many chances that I was given to be here, and a lot of things in my life that I'm just, oh my God, I'm grasping so hard. I'm here. And I'm realizing my journal before, it was so much of scribbles or just bunch of things I'm worried about. And I'm still worried about a lot of things, but worry is just not something you'll just go away, and that's okay. If I accepted that's just part of life, then she just became and just sat down quietly. worrying in her corner, and I just let her be. I think everything that I had in my life, and this is the people pleasing side that comes out, is that I felt like a responsibility to everyone in my life and everything in my life, including my own thoughts, and that I shouldn't be thinking this way. The body will do its thing, the mind will do its thing. Just let it flow, ride a wave, ground yourself, feel the flame. Basically all the elements, however you want to phrase it. Just you do you. And if you don't know what you do you means to you, because I didn't know what the heck that meant. Of what do you mean me be me? I didn't even know what my identity was. I had a huge identity crisis like all my life. And recently I'm channeling more and more of like, oh, this is what I like. It's because I don't have pressure that that's just me the rest of my life. That's just me currently. Current Yuki wants to eat this. Current Yuki likes this color. Current Yuki like this. And it can change. Moods change. Bodies are constantly changing. Learning to enjoy change and learning to enjoy differences. Yeah, that's been big in my life, especially recent. Differences with other people, but just seeing that with myself, because I feel like I had to be a steady, like I have to be a certain way. Like before I would like overthink of, do I look weird? Should I talk this way? And all these things, and now I don't. And I think it's because how people perceive me is always going to be different how I perceive other people and how I perceive myself, especially. And insecurity channels in this when I'm comparing the things that I think are beautiful and what I hear people think are beautiful. When I'm just in my body, I don't even see myself. But I feel a certain way. And that's should be enough. But somewhere I don't feel that yet. I feel enough to be in my body. So I'm not good enough, that phrase isn't there anymore. But as a habit, it comes back. And I don't know if it's because it's still a part of me that I need to work on, am working on. We'll see. I think it's just enjoying that, I've always told myself more recently that everything is temporary, nothing is permanent. And I think that was a little bit frightful in a way in the back of my mind, because I'm like, okay, then, nothing lasts forever. That's why I've never been happy fully in my life, because I'm always scared to think, when does this end? Which actually, that is literally the first thing I said when I had my hypnotherapy and they asked me to go to my happy place and I could not dot it. And now I can list so many things. That's crazy for me to say that out loud. I'm kid you not. Wow. This is just, I realize there's a lot of parts of me that I didn't realize how. This is why people should reflect more. And I'm not saying you need to do it. I don't even know who's gonna watch this, because I'm talking to my future self. Past me is always gonna be there and evolving. Present me is always gonna be here and evolving. Future me is always evolving. And I can rewrite my narrative however I like it to be. And that is all these wisdoms and all these things that I got to this point. Even though I'm saying I, me a lot, it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have the people that came into my life. Whether that gave me hardship or not, all the experiences that I've been through with this body, with this mind, they all make me. Meaning, it's everyone in my life is part of me. And I mean, that was also the reason why, is that because I felt like everyone's my life, that I felt responsibility. I have to be this certain person to other people. I'm realizing that I literally don't have responsibility of anyone's life except for myself. Unless I have like a child, which I don't. Um, who knows? Whatever the future holds. Um, but yeah, this is probably, yeah, the most at peace I've ever been for my birthday. So I know it's not even my birthday. I still have like 20 minutes left, but I actually, I just wanted to do like a mini reflection and because today's just been this never mind. I've been on the go a lot recently, and I actually haven't been journaling as much. I graduated of that sounds like I graduated school. I just graduated from journaling every day because I didn't feel like the need to anymore. And I feel like I was a failure before of not continue my journaling. And I got stuck in my brain with a lot of things. And I was like, I know I need to get back. I need to get back. And I realized it's because it was becoming a task. And because before it was needed to have that to release my emotions. And recently I am getting more and more better of taking myself out of those spirals um, with the acknowledgement, with the acknowledgement that I have today has fully steeped through my body. And because I write the same things that I'm grateful of every single day, and I just put it out there. Um, but recently, like when I just feel like it, I write it. It's like almost what's Jumon? Like almost like a magic spell book for myself to feel like a cleanse. I feel like I'm cleansing myself as I write. And before it felt like I'm just an output I have to write out. And which is in a way it's cleansing, but now it's like felt like it's returning back energy. And I'm really, really grateful of that. Everyone has different techniques and tactics. um, yeah, everyone has different ways, and there's a beauty of that. And my parents have always told me, like, more recent years, but いいとこ取りしちゃったらいいんだよ. And いいところ取り is just like the greatest parts, the most delicious parts of anything. You know, if you don't like something, you don't like something. Just take the good parts that you like. And I was like, what? I feel like it just doesn't seem fair. And now I'm like, you know what? It literally doesn't harm anyone. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let it go. Let it go. Every time I sneeze or cough, my mom's like, that's it. Let it out. Like anything, just let it out. So don't hold back. Just let it out. And I'm learning how to release things, if that makes sense, because I feel like I didn't know what my output, like I didn't know what was appropriate or what's not too much. And yeah, which journaling was huge. And we're talking to videos like this and talking to friends. As long as I am careful of my tone and I am elevating my spirit, no matter what I say, is gonna be okay. Because in the end, if they take it wrong and we're friends, then I trust that they will talk to me